is Rachel and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to tell you just how much I made in investing in the last year in my tax efficient investment ISA. So I have been investing for a couple of years now, and the money that has gone into this ISA is money from different bonuses that I've got. It's also some of my maternity pay that I saved and just saving along the way. So that is how that balance initially got there. We're quite careful with money. So the initial balance that was started with, and this was from the 6th of the 4th 2020, which was obviously the start of the tax year, was £17,406.52. So just to cut to the chase and let you know exactly how much I made in my ISA in the last year, the closing balance on this was £28,758.79, which is an increase of £11,352.27. So obviously that I personally think for me is a huge amount of money to see an increase. I am so grateful that we were able to invest in the last year. I know it's been a really difficult year for a lot of people financially, and I do feel really grateful that we were able to sustain our lifestyle and keep living, but also to invest this money and obviously make to make over £11,000 is absolutely awesome. I'm going to share the screenshot with you. I might have popped it on the screen already, but it also shows that this increase is just the performance of the account. So this is not me putting extra money in, this is the performance on the whole of the account. So this is how much money has been made from those investments. So you can see on this breakdown that total payments and transfers were minus £123.61. That's money going in, money coming out, that's all the different fees and everything like that amounted to minus £123.61, which means that the total overall performance, the total overall growth, not including me putting any money in or taking any money out, was £11,475.89, which over the course of the year was 42.7%. Now I know those figures sound a little bit off, so this is using their analyze tool on their platform. The reason that might sound a little bit off is because over the course of the year we've been doing renovation work. So although I like to consider myself a kind of long-term investor, investing for the long term, I did have to pull money out of this account and then put money back in. So I guess if I'd have left that money in for longer, that percentage would have been higher probably, but I was pulling money out and putting it back in again. So say if we needed to pay for the kitchen or something like that, which we actually put on an interest-free credit card, so that's not a very good example, but anything like that, I was taking money out, and then when we had any extra money, if we had any on a monthly basis, I was putting it back in again. So that's why the figures seem a little bit off, but generally as much money as we put in, we also took back out again, if that makes sense. So that's why the two figures are showing as over £11,000, and that is just the performance of the funds. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the funds that I have invested. So this breaks it down into more of full detail as well, just so we can see the breakdown of what I had in my investment ISA and what helped me get that £11,000. I just wanted to say also that I do not expect to achieve this much money when I'm investing in this year. This was definitely a very different year, so it's been very volatile, obviously unprecedented year in terms of investing. I'm really pleased with the performance of this, and as I said, I do feel really lucky that we were able to keep this money invested. Some of it, obviously some of it had to come back out again to pay for different things with the build, but anyway, next year I definitely do plan on just leaving money in an investment ISA. So I'm going to do a video on this channel which shows you exactly where I'm investing everything, so you can see how I choose the funds that I do and how much growth I get, hopefully growth I get over the next year. So if it's anything, I mean, I don't expect it to be as good as this, because this is just phenomenal. I'm so pleased with these figures. But anyway, I wanted to give you more of an idea of the funds I was investing in, just so you can get an idea of where big pots of that money came in from. So it breaks it down. So you've got developed markets and equities. And let me give you the example of the highest one that I've got there. So I sold some Bailey Gifford American B Accumulation Fund, and the capital return on that was 68.47% when I sold that. So I must have sold that to pay for something with the house. They're all really, really good. The funds that I've been invested in are very good. Here's another example of quite high ones. So Bailey Gifford Positive Change, when I sold that, it was up 45%. There are some examples of some bad ones in here too. I definitely was very new to investing, and I definitely made some dodgy decisions too. For example, I bought AstraZeneca and sold that at a small loss of £13.24, but still not great. Basically, when you buy stocks and shares on this platform, they do charge you. So they charge you £6 to buy a stock and then £6 to sell it. So by the time you've bought it, if you haven't bought a huge amount of it, it's probably not worth it. So yeah, there are some small losses in here, and that's an example of one. Again, another Bailey Gifford fund that when I sold it was up 45.6% was Bailey Gifford Global Discovery. I think that's all the ones of note from there, but overall within that category of funds made me £7,943.92, which is just crazy in a year to think that, because I didn't know an awful lot about investing before, I didn't do investing. Basically, I just saved money, and I've always been very careful with money. And saved for things and done premium bonds and things like that. But this is kind of the first couple of years that I've been investing properly, and I'm really, really pleased. I think some people have made huge amounts of money, and perhaps some people might have made less than this, but for me, I'm really happy with these returns. So moving next into emerging markets and equities, which I've got a little bit of as well, just to give you some kind of top line figures of the big ones that I sold that made a good amount. So one was Barings Eastern Trust, which when I sold it, the capital return was 36.82%. So really good returns on that. And then I've got another couple in there, so Bailey Gifford China and Bailey Gifford Pacific. This computer keeps trying to log me out, wondering what I'm doing on here for so long. Then let me give you the last one. So the last one falls into multi-asset. And that is Polar Capital Global Tech. And when I sold Polar Capital Global Tech, which again is another fund, it's obviously a tech fund, a really good one actually. So when I sold that, I sold it before tech started to really drop. So tech's been dropping for probably the last couple of months now. But I sold this, and I'd love to say it was because I knew that tech was in a bubble and it was going to drop and have a correction, but actually I think we probably need to pay for something for the house. So a lot of this timing is definitely not down to me being some kind of expert, but more just circumstances really. So yeah, Polar Capital Global Tech, I sold that at a 56.27% capital return. So overall, the multi-asset section is all Polar Capital Global Tech, and that made us a total gain of £2,481.73. So coming at over £11,000 in the last year. So yeah, amazing. Just to give you that breakdown again. So the first one was developed markets, equities, and different funds in there. I had a lot of different funds in there, but that went up £7,943. Then emerging markets went up £1,319. And then the last one, which was multi-asset, went up £2,481 in a year. Like, it, to me, it's just phenomenal that to make this amount of money, like, to me, this is a lot of money. This has made a massive amount of difference to us. I feel really, really grateful. I just want to make it clear that this video is by no means being boastful about the amount of money that I have made in investments. It's just hopefully to be interesting, entertaining, and to give you a bit of information about what I'm doing in terms of investing. I am really, really pleased with that. We're going to be doing more investing this year, so there'll be lots more videos like this, and I think I might track my ISA performance over the next year as well. I do also have Trading 212 accounts and free trade accounts where I track progress on those, and they are more buying stocks and shares, which for some people might be way more interesting than this, which is quite sensible investing, I'd say. These funds, a lot of them are quite high risk, but because they're funds, they're much more diversified, and obviously someone else is kind of managing it for you. I'd like to say also these, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but these figures include the fees being taken away. So platform fees and dealing fees, which were quite expensive because I was buying and selling quite a lot in the last year. So they've all been taken away. So that gain is over and above the platform fees as well. So yeah, I feel really grateful. I'm really pleased with this. I'd love to hear how your investment ISAs have gone in the last year. Hopefully they've gone really well. I will definitely share my progress on my investment ISA for the next year, which I'm going to do with a different platform, just to give another one a little go, so I can give a bit more information about it too. But yeah, I'm still a bit full of cold actually at the moment, so sorry if this video feels a bit, don't know, out of breathy. I am a little bit full of cold. Not out of breath, that makes it sound like I'm very ill. I'm not that ill, it is just a cold. But yeah, thank you so very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely week and that your investing is going really well as well. Thank you, bye bye.